Hi, thanks for coming to practice with me today. We're going to be standing a lot, so remember to stay centered on the four corners of your feet. Remember, you can always take a child's pose or modify a pose when you need. Make sure you're breathing and never work in pain. Enjoy the next 30 minutes or so. Come to stand at the top of your mat, bringing the feet right up underneath the hip bones. Make sure your toes point forward and begin to engage into the legs, pressing down into the feet, tucking the tailbone, lifting the pelvic floor, pulling the lower belly in and up, engaging along the sides, extending out through the crown of your head. Relax into your shoulders and allow your eyes to close, drawing the awareness inward. Begin to observe your breath and very gently allow each breath to deepen. Eventually finding a full, just beyond comfortable breath. Staying connected to that breath with the inhale, stretch the arms up toward the sky, and exhale, bring them back down to your sides again. Again like that, allowing the arms to reflect your breath in and out. Once more here. And then inhaling back up to the top again. Exhale, take just your right hand back toward the floor and stretch in opposite directions. Gently allow yourself to tip over to the right, staying even on your feet, extending long up the left side of the body. Inhaling, come back up to center, and then switch sides, taking the left hand down. Again, reaching in opposite directions, lengthen the side body, and tip gently to the left. Inhaling, come back up again. Exhale, just the right hand back toward the floor, and step the left foot over the right foot as much as possible. Be even on the four corners of the feet, stretching in opposite directions and gently hinging over to the right. We'll inhale back up to center, release your feet and switch sides, left hand down and the right foot over. Even on the feet, reaching in opposite directions and hinging over to the left. Coming back up to the middle, release the feet and exhale, release the arms. Resting the hands on the thighs, on an exhale, bring yourself into half fold. And then a bend into the knees with the inhale, roll the spine back up to standing again. Flowing in and out like this with your breath. Moving the spine in those opposite directions. Taking one more flow like that. And then coming back into the half fold and holding this one. So the legs are straight here. Lean on the thighs if you need to lean. Work with your breath, and on the exhale, gently tip yourself a little bit deeper into that fold and inhale back into the halfway place. Exhaling a little bit deeper yet. Inhaling back into the middle. So each exhale brings us a little bit deeper into the fold until eventually you find your full fold. Whether that's 2 breaths or 10, take your time finding that place. Finding your full fold for whatever that is right now, bring the hands to the floor, or your shins, or your thighs still if you need. Planting the hands and then stepping yourself back into a down dog. Allow yourself to move and stretch in your down dog. Wiggle, shift. Settling in here, press through your heels, and then lift the right leg straight back, keeping your hips level. And then stepping that right foot through to the hands, adjust until your toes are at your fingers. Rest the left knee on the floor, and then take the right leg straight or straightish. Remember, you can prop using blocks, your shin, come up on your thigh if you need. We'll bend back into the knee and allow the hips to come forward. Keeping the knee over the ankle. Imagine sweeping your legs toward each other here. The hands can again be resting on the thigh if you need. Lifting the back knee and then slowly taking the right leg straight again. You can modify by keeping the left knee on the floor, using blocks here. Keep the hips square and the spine nice and long. Bending back into the knee, extend through that left heel and out the crown of your head. Allow the hips to sink evenly toward the floor. Releasing that, make your way back to your down dog. And we'll switch to the second side. Lifting the left leg, and then stepping that foot through to the hands, toes all the way to the fingers. Right knee is going to start on the mat, taking the left leg straight when you're ready. Full breaths here. Bending back into the knee, allow the hips to come forward. Lifting your chest, extending out through the crown of your head. Lift the right knee away from the mat and take the left leg straight again. Remember the option of leaving the right knee on the floor if you need. Hips are square, feeling that extra stretch in the hamstring. We'll bend back into the knee, coming into that full lunge. Press through the back heel, extend out through the crown of your head, breathe. Releasing that, making your way back into your down dog again. Making sure the left hand is firmly planted into the mat, bend your left knee and reach with your right hand to the outside of your left leg. Thigh, calf, ankle, whatever you got. Hang on, see if you can take your left leg a little straighter, being pulled up and underneath the left arm. Big breaths. Releasing that, and then switching sides. So plant that right hand firm, bend the right knee, and the left hand reaches for the outside of the leg. And maybe the right leg moves straight, being pulled up and under. Releasing back to your down dog again. Let's shift forward to plank. Take the knees if you need, and then down to the belly. Slide the hands next to the side ribs, hug your elbows, roll your shoulders up, together, down towards your hip bones, and release it. Lifting the belly at the same time as the chest, make your way up and back to your down dog. Walking the feet to the hands, find your standing fold again. Let's open the feet a little wider this time, so just outside of the shoulders or so. Bringing the upper body over the left leg. Allow your weight to shift, the hips to shift, the hands touch what they touch. Come on back through the center, walk the hands, shift the upper body to the right. We'll come back to the middle and open the feet a step wider, keeping your feet all on or all off of your mat. Legs are straight. Hips are going to stay level here, And walk the upper body over to the left again without letting the hips shift. The hands may or may not touch the same place. Back through the center, over to the right, same idea. Lower body staying put, upper body moving. Back to center again. Opening the feet one step wider. Fingertips touch the floor. The knees can bend if you need them to. Use a block if you like. Bring the right hand up underneath your face, then the left hand to the hip, and begin to twist over to the left. Belly button, side ribs, and shoulder drawing back. Feet are even, knees are even, and the hips are level here. Releasing that and switching sides. So the left hand in the middle and the right hand to the hip, rotating around into your twist. Extending out through the crown of your head. Find space in the spine. Releasing the twist here. And then walking the feet back in up underneath the hip bones. Taking the hands to the thighs or hips, coming halfway up. So again, support on the thighs if you need to. With the inhale, hinge all the way up, back to standing. And then we'll take a nice big step back with the left foot, straddling the feet. Let the toes turn out toward the corners of the mat. Bend into the knee, make sure you see your toes beyond your knees. And then taking the legs straight and extending the arms out into an X. With the exhale, bend your knees, tip from the hips, brush the mat. And then inhale back up, hands at center, exhale, squat. So inhale as you lift, exhale as you brush the mat. Back up again, inhaling, exhale into the squat. So just following those two positions. Connect to your breath. See if you can move a little deeper into your hips maybe as you go. Watch that the knees do not move in front of the toes, opening the feet if you need. Make sure the bones stay tucked under as you come into the squat. Let's take one more flow like that. This time holding your squat. Check that your knees are still in line. Tucking the tailbone under, leaning the shoulders back. Press firm into your hands. If you'd like, extending the arms out to the side, stretch through your fingertips. You can stay upright or allow the upper body to hinge forward. Hips, knees, shoulders, and head maybe in the same long line. Breathe. Inhaling as we hinge back up. The next inhale stretches toward the sky, and we'll release, stepping back to the top of your mat. From here, taking a short step back with the left foot. Check out that all 10 toes point forward. We want to keep the hips square to the top of the mat. When you bend into the right knee, make sure the left heel stays rooted and square the hips using your hands if that helps. And the hands can stay at the hips or extend, reaching toward the sky. Try to relax into your shoulders, keeping those shoulders right over the hips. Big breaths. And then opening into a warrior two. So open the back foot, turn the toes out more toward the side of your mat here. Take a peek, make sure you still see your right big toe beyond your knee. Extending the arms, relaxing your shoulders, sinking evenly into the legs. Turning that into triangle. Take your right leg straight and stretch forward of the toes, bringing the right hand to the leg and the left hand toward the sky. Keeping your shoulders, head, hands in line with your hips and ankles. Lean on the leg only if you have to lean. Let's release it. Come over into lunge, up on the back toes. Hopping the back foot in to about where you had it for warrior one. We're going to take the right leg straight and fold over the leg. From there, adding in a twist, bring the right hand to the hip, rotate your belly toward the right, side ribs toward the sky, drawing the shoulder back, maybe looking up. Even on your feet, level through your hips here. Release it. Bringing the hands to the lower back, interlace your fingers. Draw your shoulder blades toward each other and stretch the hands away from the shoulders. Still even on your feet, level through your hips. Full breaths. Releasing the arms. We'll step the left foot forward. Bringing your hands up to your hips or thighs again here. Inhale to bring yourself halfway up. With the next inhale, hinging all the way up. And we'll work to our second side. So that same short step back with the right foot. All 10 toes pointing toward the top of your mat here. Bending into the left knee. Squaring the hips. And when you're ready, if you're ready, reaching the arms. Strong and steady into the feet. Full breaths here. Opening up into our warrior two. Check in with your toes. Align the left knee over the left ankle. Take the left leg straight, stretch forward, and hinge over for triangle. Let's release, come over into lunge. Hopping the right foot in, bring it into that warrior one place. So that foot is flat to the floor and the toes point forward again. Taking the left leg straight, give yourself a fold. And then adding in the twist here, left hand to the hip, rotating the upper body around. Release the twist. Bringing the hands to the lower back. Drawing the shoulder blades together, stretch the fingertips away from the shoulders. Releasing, stepping the right foot forward for fold. Again here, hands to thighs or hips, coming halfway up, inhale. And then all the way up, inhaling. And releasing the arms. Moving into standing balance here. We're going to start off with dancer. So shifting the weight all over to the right. Bend the left knee back, and the left hand finds the foot. Maybe that's the challenge. Standing on one foot, pointing that left knee at the ground. Extend the right arm up if you'd like. Press the foot into the hand and let that left shoulder draw back. Stay upright if that's you, or add a little hinge forward with the upper body, lifting the left leg behind. Nice even breaths. Release the foot and extend the leg long behind you, working toward warrior three here. The hands can come to the floor if you need, blocks. center, flying, resting on the thigh. Imagine a long line from the crown of your head to that back heel. Let's open it up into half moon. Right hand to the floor, left hand to the hip. And think stacking the left hip on top of the right. Letting your left toes turn out to the side. Big full breaths. Release it all, come into a fold. A bend into the knees as we roll the spine all the way up to standing again. And we'll do the same thing on the second side. Take your time transitioning between the poses. Bend the right knee. Maybe find the foot here. Extending the left arm, press the foot into the hand. Keep the front of the body open, even as you add that little bit of a tip. Release the foot and extend the leg long behind you. Hands go where they need to go. Working with your balance, extend long from the crown of your head through the back heel, even if that foot's an inch off the floor. Left hand to the mat, right hand to the hip. Allow the hip to open and stack up on top of the left-ish. Release it all and come back into your fold again. Let's step back to our down dog. Dropping down to the knees. Allow yourself to sit back in child's pose for a moment. From here, walking your hands in, let's come to sit up on the heels. We're going to come to the tops of the knees, so if you need a little extra cushion for your knees, feel free to go there. And when you're ready, bring the right foot and step forward. So there's about a 90-degree bend in that knee. Think hugging your legs toward each other. From here, reach back with your left hand and find your left ankle or heel or calf or block. Extending the right arm up toward the sky and maybe dropping the right shoulder more level with the left, opening up into a little bit of a back bend here. Gently rolling to the left to come back up, and we'll switch our feet. So stepping the left foot forward. That hugging the legs toward each other idea is going to help with stability, so keep that. When you're ready, taking the right hand back. You can have that foot flat or the toes tucked under, finding what you find back there. Stretching the left arm up, maybe dropping the shoulder. Nice big breaths wherever you are with this one. Gently rolling over to the right to lift back up. Release the feet. Unfold your mat if you need to. Sitting back on the heels for just a moment, allow your spine to relax and lengthen. And then from there, we'll gently work our way into down dog again. Give the spine and legs a nice stretch here. And we'll drop on down to the knees, bringing the legs around front. Aligning the heels here, sitting tall. Bring the right hand over to the left knee, left hand behind the back, nice easy twist to finish. Let's release, take it to the second side. Releasing back to center. Finding that tall spine. Taking your seated meditation here, dropping down to the back and relaxing in Shavasana if you prefer. Allow the body to relax, keeping the mind quiet, present, and as relaxed as your body is for the next few minutes. Remember, you can stay here as long as you like. Namaste.